Hey folks, welcome back to Painfully Honest Tech So Honest It Hurts. My name's Jason. Today we're going to talk about these, which are not Apple AirPods Pro, but they're in fact the KP Pro from Knockies, a company that makes, let's say, headphones inspired by Apple. I've worked with Knockies several times. I like the products that they make. They do a really good job of paying attention to detail when they're making these products. This is a sponsored video where they sent me these. These are their new KP Pros, the brand new model. They had a model out when the AirPod Pros first came out. These are the follow-up to those. They have some new features, and I'm just going to walk you through some of the features that they do have, talk to you a little bit about them, and then I have listened to them just a little bit against the original AirPod Pros, and I have an initial first impression of how they stand up against those AirPod Pros. So, with that said, let's go ahead and get ourselves going. All right, so first you see the box, very similar to the AirPods Pro box, and it does have this sort of nice slide out that we typically have. Here we have a user's manual. This is nice because a lot of times these inspired by headphones don't have any kind of user's manual, so you're kind of left to your own devices to figure out how to get them to pair. So it's nice that these have them. They pair very similarly to the AirPods Pro. There are a few differences, but they pair very similarly, so this is nice to have. So it does tell you how to set everything up. It does tell you how to connect. It does tell you all of the different commands that you can do on the headphones themselves. So this is a nice thing to have. Now, once you get in here, you've got your headphones themselves. You've got ear tips. And then I've used this to charge the headphones, but you do get a lightning cable in the box. So that's about everything that comes in the box. I'll put that off to the side. For the headphones themselves, the folks at Knockies, they have improved these from the original version. They are a closer one-to-one copy of the AirPod Pros themselves. The lid here is much more solid. The lid on the older ones was a little floppy. This one does a very nice job of just being very clicky and tight. It does have wireless charging on the back, so you can do that as well. The earpods themselves, very, very much the same as the original AirPods, and the fit and finish is very nice on these as well. There's no hard or rough edges or anything like that. They're just very, very well polished and very nice. These have a new QC chip inside, as well as the ability to change the name. The connection speed has been improved with these. The pop-up window you'll see on the most recent versions of iOS, just like you would with the regular set of AirPod Pros. Does have the in-ear sensors to let you know when you're to let you know if you have a good seal in them. The sound signature. Now let's talk about the sound signature. They say the sound signature is improved. I didn't think the sound on the previous version was all that bad to begin with. These sound so similar to the original AirPods to my ears that it's really pretty shocking. I mean, these are $89. These are $249. There are some differences between them, including noise canceling and that kind of thing that these don't have, that the regular AirPods do have. But the sound signature itself is one thing that I think they've really done a nice job with. In my limited listening to this point, it sounds very similar, but I would say that the Knockies KP Pros sound a little bit more crisp on the top end than the AirPods Pro. Now, some people have complained to me in comments in other videos and other places that the AirPods Pro are a little bit rolled off on the top end, but I haven't found that to be the case. And now, this isn't a full review, so I'm not going to go too in depth in saying that these sound just like them or they're better, but they are very, very close in my limited listening since I got them and have been testing them out. So I would definitely say that from a sound signature standpoint, these things are in line with what the regular AirPods Pro from Apple does as well. The mic has been improved here, so you can the call quality on the microphone is a little bit better. And one thing that is nice that wasn't the case in the others is that they have ear tips now. that come with the package. You get some bigger ones, you get some smaller ones. And this is important. Now, it's not just because, oh, you might need to replace your ear tips one of these days. This is important because I think a lot of people complain to me that they're not getting the best sound out of their headphones. And I have a feeling that for many people, it's because they aren't using the correct ear tips in terms of size. So you have here, these are medium, and I think there's a large and a small in here. I find that with my ears, I have to use a medium and a large to get my right fit, to get the seal that I need to get. And you may have to experiment a little bit with that as well. Now, the nice thing is you have those ear tips to use now where you didn't have before, so you can do that. You can see here that you've got this blue light flashing. That's for pairing and that sort of thing. These do have touch controls. They're very sensitive, actually. I found they do have touch controls. They're not exactly like the AirPods Pro. Like I said, the AirPods Pro have noise canceling as well as transparency mode, and this does not have either of those things. However, it does really have the touch controls that you need, and they are explained in the user's manual. It takes 1 hour to charge these things completely. You've got about 4.5 hours of listening time once you have them charged up and in your ears, and you can charge the earpods themselves 3 times over inside the case before you need another recharge. So you've got 12 to 15 hours worth of charge with the case and the earpods themselves. You can use each of these earpods independently. You can put one in, and then when that dies, you can put the other one in. That's a feature that a lot of people like to have. The battery levels are displayed on the phone. Overall, I have to say that the KP Pros, now, I don't want to look at them so much as an imitation AirPod Pro. I'm going to look at them more as like an $89 pair of earbuds and what kind of quality you're getting for that $89. And I would say that for the $89 you're spending here, you're getting a really good quality pair of earbuds that sound pretty good in my initial impressions. One of the reasons that I cover the products from Knockies is that they sent me their original AirPods and I tried them and I was really impressed. So as they've done more, they've sent me more and I've continued to work with them. It's not as important to me that these are AirPod Pro knockoffs. What's really important to me is that they sound good, and these do sound good. It is a good option for anyone who wants to have something like the AirPods Pro but can't afford the $250 price tag. There are a lot of earbuds out there. These Knockies are very competitive with a lot of the other earbuds that are out there. They connect easily. You go here. You can see that they show up in this settings here. You hit AirPods Pro, you connect. You can take them out, you can use them, and you're good to go. So these are the Knockies KP Pros, the new and improved version. Once again, I mean, you can think of them as AirPod Pro knockoffs, but you can also think of them as just really good Bluetooth earpods that sound really good for the price and really punch above their weight in terms of some of the other features that they offer for that price point. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments below. I really do appreciate you watching. Once again, my name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This has been Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest it hurts. Until the next time, I'm out.